So what I'm going to be talking about is a problem that I'm seeing is people are implementing things twice for their web application. So an example is on Stack Overflow. They have this wonderful, as you type into this box, it gives you a preview of what they're going to render it like. This is implemented in JavaScript, so every time you press a character, it doesn't have to send the entire packet to their server, render it, and send it back. Then, once you submit it, they have another implementation of their Markdown library, and it then renders it again. So there's two implementations with different bugs, potentially different security holes, and you know, it kind of sucks to have to support both of those. I wanted to do something similar, and I didn't want to do it twice. So in this example, we're going to use Showdown, which is the JavaScript port of Markdown. Since then, there's WMD, jQuery Markdown, ... There's lots of derivations of it. They almost all go back to that. And we're going to use JavaScript on the server side. In this example, we're going to use Node.js, but there's also Narwhal, Rhino, and other implementation engines. So here's, the way we're going to integrate this with our application is on the server, we're going to create another HTTP service. And this is from the Node.js website, the very front, on the very top, they literally show you a, in this case, they even do more. They set a timeout for 2 seconds so they could show how this is an invented JavaScript server framework. And so I just simplified this. We accept any request. We say that we're sending back some plain text and respond hello world, and then we're listening on port 8000. So to actually make this do our our implementation of Markdown, we're going to use the Showdown library, a query string parser, and a multi-part form library that's included. So to modify the existing example code that was on our server, all we have to do is we have to add first some code that will grab the content and grab the post content from the post and save it for later. And because of the way Node.js works, it's asynchronous. So we actually add a listener that when new body content arrives, we add it to the post variable. And then we also add a event listener that when it's complete, we do the work and respond. And so we parse the text right here, and then we format the HTML. So that's just doing the Markdown implementation. So now we have a HTTP server written in JavaScript using the exact same code that is running on the client. So you have one set of bugs, and it also makes it, in my opinion, easier to integrate, run unit tests on, because then you could just, from the command line, run unit tests against this instead of loading it. And then you implement it, integrate it with your library just by doing your application, whether it be Ruby, C#, or what have you, just by doing HTTP requests against it. I want this for the Grease Monkey website, userscripts.org, because right now I have 2 implementations, and I'm just tired of dealing with the security holes in both of them. And so I'm currently working on finding a JavaScript implementation of Showdown that doesn't have XSS holes, but hopefully we'll find one, and then there could be one implementation. So Node.js was pretty easy to get JavaScript online, and there's also, if that doesn't fit your fancy, try out Rhino if you're a Java person, or Narwhal if it actually backends to multiple of them. So it's pretty fun, and hope you guys have fun with it. I actually have a demo of this running on that port. So.